Well, welcome to the Rad Picker channel. Do I look like Fred Durst with this hat on? Look at my hair, folks. I'm growing it out. Yes, that is my hairline. Yeah. So anyways, enough about my personal hygiene. But let's just go take care of this. All right, easy, Dwight. Hope y'all are having a great day. I am having a great evening. It is me. I am live in the Rad Cave. Look, it got the door open. We are picking stuff up, folks. We are getting a little bit organized here. Not real up there. You saw behind the curtain number 2. And just going through some stuff. Let me take care of some housekeeping before I go too crazy. 2 Will's deals. That does say Hutch. These are your fireproof Carhartt pants that you bought live probably 3 months ago. Found them under the comic books, under the vintage dresser that I put to store things. So Will, coming to you. No reason to remind me every 6 months. So, folks, he paid like $2 for them. No, but still, that's a bad practice. Probably why I got banned on District for my lack of selling skills. But that's neither here nor there. Just thought I'd take care of that housekeeping. I am sending that out here ASAP as possible. Wanted to let you know a few things since I found some stuff. I'm listing like crazy. I'm probably going to have some dings because I had a Christmas ornament I couldn't find. I think we used it last year. It was a motion, little elf motion. Had to refund the buyer on eBay, and I am going to send them like a handful of vintage ornaments on my dime. I have tons of them, and I have one of the similar one, but it's a Santa Claus, so I'm going to send that out. That's how I try to keep customers happy. I do have I think 99% approval rate. I have never called eBay. I've never tried to get anything taken down or anything. That is my legit approval or rating. But I do have some negative ones. I was late on a Pyrex. I had to find that. It was in the storage building. I moved the earth to find it, and it was sitting right in front of my face the whole time with some other glass. But I was looking for these King's cups. I don't think they're Indiana glass. Maybe they are Indiana King's cups. Is that right? They're not thumbprint. But anyways, still can't find those. Hope I didn't sell them live. I've had a lot of those issues. Like I said, I've said that over and over with Vendu. I hate it. Still, none of you have told me what cross lister you use, so I'll find that out on my own. I did want to share with you, since I've been reselling, the worst thing I've ever purchased. And I say the worst, but it's not to me, but as far as selling, I've listed these, delisted these, I don't know how many times, dozens of times. I've reduced the price, but these are wood seagulls. These are like Florida, or or if you just like seagulls or the ocean, but these are high quality. That's a metal rod. These are wooden, carved. Can't sell them for no amount of money. Unless I put them for $5 or something. But that is my number one nemesis there. That is my single thing that I struggled to sell. So I didn't go below like $15, I don't think. Maybe 12 something. I try not to do that. I have recently started sending offers on stuff like that. I have listed some CDs, some DVDs, but I try to stay above $15. I really like to be $17.47 and above. That's not always the case, but I tend to shop that way. People talk about bread and butter items. I really don't like the $5-6 stuff at all. I do not want it. I really don't. Kudos to those of you who do. That's awesome, but I would rather avoid it, even though I do have some in my store by default. I was going to show you a few of the pickups from my buddy Jeff I got a week ago or so. I never get to show too much of this. I haven't been doing as much content creation, but I promised I was going to do more, so I'm trying to stick to that. But anyways, tech decks, turtles. We got turtles, vintage tech decks. I think that was my buddy from Florida who mentioned that they were kind of back running. But I just got these in a box of toys that I got for basically free. We'll see how those sell. I have a few more. I won't show you all of them in that box. Kind of just some neat things I'll show you. Betty Boop, salt and pepper shakers. I don't think they're worth a whole lot. Have not comped them, but sometimes when I get, grab some stuff, he'll throw the little things in a box for me. I did get 3 vintage, I believe that's Playboy, the Playboy Club. Yeah, Playboy Club vintage ashtrays. So I have not looked those up yet. I'm about to list those, so we will find out. A real cool find. I'm about to list this. Check it out. It does have that little flaw, scratch. But I've not seen, and some of you will laugh because you probably know what this is right off the bat, but look at the top. I think that's really cool, this teapot. Really, really cool. I don't have, oh, there are markings. It is a Hale. Okay, that helps. I was going to say that I didn't know what kind it was, but let me know. We'll find out soon enough. Oh, Hall. H-A-L-L. That's why I need glasses, folks. But anyways, we'll see what that's worth. Find out. Pretty cool. I talked about this before, but I do pretty good on these weird kind of lamps and stuff like this. I pick them up. For some reason, these angelic with no chips or whatever do okay. I think I showed that in a short. Picked up a bunch. I say a bunch, a handful of Hot Wheels, new in the box. This one's really heavy. Fusion Factory. I have to relist. Here's a problem I have sometimes too. Maybe this will help you out to avoid full face mask. I think this was an Amazon auction buy for $1. Had it listed on the bay. It's a respirator, the whole deal. Comes with the respirators, the filters, sorry. But it's brand new in the box. I sold it for like $40 some, I think. I think I had it for 60 something and sold it for 40 something, and it got canceled. And I never relisted. So didn't automatically relist, so that's been sitting around. I'm gonna make sure I go through anything that has been canceled or not listed. That is what I'm currently doing. I did want to show you, I told the story about this lens, was a home run originally. I thought it was a home run anyway. I got this from my buddy Jeff in a bag full of camera stuff. And this is, this guy sent me, no, this is the right one. I was going to say he sent me the wrong one back. This is a Nikon. AFS Nikkor 55 to 300 millimeter. And apparently it's got issues. It will not, it has an error, a reader error on it. And so I had it sent back. I sold it once. It got sent back. I sold it again and sent back for a chip. And it is so ever so fine in here originally. But then the next guy said, he showed me the reader error on it, and so sent it back. So it was $150 both times, and I was really disappointed to get it back. I almost feel like this is not the right one or something. I'm looking at it, but we'll see in a second. I'm really curious now. I think it is, though. I had another one that I sold, so I'm kind of confused right now. Confusing myself. Anyways, it has a reader error because it's digital. So I'm going to try to sell it as parts. I don't know if it will sell. I would think it would. but won't get my 150 out of this. But I did already profit off the camera and the bag that was in it. But if this would have stayed sold for $150, I would have really had a home run on that camera buy for $40. I had another camera, another lens, the bag, all sorts of camera parts, and I think I sold that for $150 maybe. But that would have, with this one, it would have been a real score. But anyways, be careful about these lenses, man. I didn't know anything about them, didn't test it. I guess I should start testing them to avoid that. Sold twice, returned twice, and now I'm the proud owner of it. I'm gonna try to sell it for parts. So just a little heads up. What else was I gonna grab here? Oh, I talked about this the other day. Well, here are some parts to a t-shirt press I got. I'm gonna try to make my own t-shirts. We'll see how that goes, but pretty cool retro Coca-Cola sign. But I talked about these and I still have not comped them, and I'm really excited about them. I may keep them, but Bruce Lee poster scroll type banners, I got 3 of them. I really like them. I don't know, Bruce Lee posters, 15, 20 bucks maybe. So I'm thinking these cloth scroll type banners will be worth more, but we shall see. I scored a ton of video games. I got a whole pile here. I'm really thinking about, instead of listing these, like The Evil Within and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and all that, Monster Jam, of course, the Killzone, but I may do a live show on Whatnot with those. I don't like to wait unless I got a real banger of a video game, you know, like $30 and up, you know, preferably 50, 60. I'll sell that on eBay. Otherwise, I try to do a live show, and I have not been doing lives, man. I really have fell off on the live selling. I've said it before. I'll reiterate with Whatnot. If you don't build your audience, sometimes you'll have really slow shows, and of course, it doesn't seem worth it to me sometimes. But I need to get back in the game. It's very important to kind of supplement my reselling with the live selling for sure. That's something I like to do and have fun doing, as long as I have people in the show. And we know the history with all that. Not going to repeat it, or else I'll have to put on my mask and we'll really get into it. But anyways, here's another good find from Jeff. This was a gamble. I do not think they're authentic, because if we can see, these are the only real flaws, by the way, but I'm going to try to show you if you can see. Let me find a good spot on here. These will clean up really good. The glue, you can see the glue. That's the one reason, like right there on the toe, that does not look like an authentic Jordan to me. If they happen to be, then this was a real score. But something about the tongue feels off to me. But these would be, you know, I could easily get $100, maybe 200, if they were just a hair better condition. Like, I can bring them back to life a little bit, but there's not much I can do without, you know, touching up with paint or something. And plus, I just kind of crushed them, setting them there. But get the nubuck cleaner out. But man, if these were to be authentic, look, the soles are good. Size 13s, I could probably wear them. I wear a 12. If they're not, if I can't authenticate them, I'll probably just wear them myself. The basketball game, our basketball team is red, white, and blue. So I got the red and blacks. But that was a good score. We went back and forth. Jeff is a really good dude, gives me good deals. And I was like, man, I really don't, sorry, I need to tighten this up. I really didn't want to gamble on it. They didn't seem real. And he said, hey man, $15. I said, done. So hopefully they turn out to be real. Man, Jeff does good on storage buildings. Like, I got all sorts of toys. Some of these aren't real high end, so I may donate these for Christmas. Like something like this. I'll give it on a Christmas tree. A little damage on the box. I'll just glue that back, make sure they're good. But new in the box. I got several. I got a cool helicopter. I also got one that goes 17 miles an hour, a little car. I almost want to keep it for myself. I do have nephews, so I may give those to them. But all of that stuff, all in all, is from my big buy from Jeff, whatever that was, almost 2 weeks ago. I noticed I have a ton of DVD, VCR combos, VCRs, DVDs, 5-disc changer receivers that I need to make sure are listed or fix the titles and get them gone. I don't need to buy any more until I sell them. I do good on those. I do really good on the higher end, $80 to $150 ones. But I get a little lax on the $40-something ones. And I know it's not that big a deal, but I don't want to mess with them for that money. With the shipping, if they're broken, I don't want them back. I don't mind. I've shipped some really big stuff, heavy and awkward things. I'm not really afraid of that, but I don't want to spend my time doing that. Again, I watch some content and people have some bread and butter things, and I really just, man, I want them $20 bills, or if it's something big like that, I want $100. I want $70, $150. That's what I want to get out of those sort of things, to fool with them. Otherwise, I can buy, a t-shirt for $1 that sells for 15 to 25, So it seems like easier storage, easier shipping. Something I've been sitting on. When I was on District Selling Live, we had a fun time with marbles. For those of you who are in the shows, thank you again to you watchers. Those of you who have supported me through the ups and downs, the ins and outs, the lack of content, the horrible content, and maybe every once in a while the good and funny. But those of you who are in shows, remember, marbles sold really good. And there are some real bangers in here. Yes, I said it again. Bangers! Really good vintage marbles. I really need to start breaking these down and selling them individually, because I've had this as a lot in the jar for pretty high. I want to say $85 or something. I may have been more. I can't remember offhand. Have not had any bites on it on the bay. So I need to break them down, do a little research on them. It takes a little bit of work. It's kind of like Barbies, except I enjoy marbles more than I enjoy Barbies. No offense, Barbie, but you've had your day in the sun, obviously, son. I was going to show you something else. Here's a cool purchase, which I didn't really need to purchase this because I can actually get this. Shout out to my best friend, Clint Copenhaver. He played linebacker at the University of Michigan from 95 through 99. Played with Charles Woodson, Tom Brady, Jeremy Tooman, all those guys, Mark Campbell, Scott Dreisbach, who I'm friends with myself. But I bought this on the bay. I just got goofing around one night, kind of Googling Clint again. He was a stud linebacker. We grew up 15 miles from the big house, Michigan Stadium, and he's a hometown hero, and it was cool. I got this for $12.95 with the cert, which is kind of cute because I can literally get it from him anytime I want. I see him a couple times a year, and but for $12.95, I thought it was a really cool buy. There were two more pictures of him unautographed. One of them was against Colorado, where he's sticking. It's not Cordell Stewart. It wasn't Eric Bieniemy. I can't remember who it was, but really cool picture. And then the other one was an interception against Michigan State. And I went to go purchase those because they weren't very expensive. I mean, he's not a household name to everybody. But the guy was in Australia, and it rejected it for some reason. I don't know if the tariffs. But really cool to me. It's very personal and just a cool buy for me, my buddy, guy I grew up with, love him to death, and to buy an autographed picture off the bay with a certificate of authenticity was kind of cool. So might not mean a whole lot to you, but it does to me. And like I always say, go blue or go home. But other than that, is my daughter. She's watching my nephew's dogs. She's a senior in high school. Very, very excited about her future. But anyway, she's waving to me by, going to take care of the dogs. And side note, sidebar, she got a full ride to Trevecca University, where my second oldest child is playing basketball right now. So I'm going to have two daughters on the same team in college. So I am really excited about that. She's got this year, her senior year, and then we'll be joining her sister Jordan at Trevecca, who we just got to watch yesterday at home in an exhibition, kind of a preseason game where they dominated. But it's going to be really fun. We are a sports family, so really neat. But anyhow, talking reselling, got sidetracked there like always. Going good. I have struggled with my organization. I'm out of room. I've said that a million times. I am really trying to narrow down. I'm actually going to start tossing some stuff or donating. Try to donate anything I can. I probably won't throw anything away unless it's like a little like Hello Kitty plate or something like that. But I am, plush, I'm done. I've got too many bins of plush. They're taking up space where I could have t-shirts and clothing and stuff like that. I'm not a big fan of plush. Again, unless I run into something that's worth $25, I don't want to sell $10 items, $6 items. Kudos to those of you that do. There's nothing wrong with that. People make a lot of money doing that. It's not my business model. I have, again, like I said, started selling stuff that I have for lower prices because I want to move it, but it's not what I enjoy. So the plush, easy to ship and pack, but man, I've got way too much of it. I bought a lot of it live when I was on district. And I need to move it. I need to reduce my prices or get rid of it. So that is my goal. A lot of reseller content out there. I still consume some of it. Shout out, by the way, Tony's Retro Plus. Go check out Tony's channel. I was really surprised. I was actually just sitting waiting somewhere, and his video popped up on my YouTube feed, and it was awesome. I didn't know that he has already got monetized. He hasn't been doing it that long. I didn't really look, but he was talking about that, and I'm not even close to being monetized. And of course, his content's way better than mine. It's informational. He's doing a great job, but I was really excited. He was a seller. I'll let you watch the videos to him explain all that, but really good content, a super guy, a guy that sent me a lot of encouragement. Just a really cool guy. Just, send comments like, we need more sellers like you, stuff that just really made me feel good. And I like authentic people who look out for you, build you up. I hope I do the same. So shout out, go check out Tony's Retro Plus. Check out his YouTube channel. He is killing the game, and I love it. Seems to have his ducks in a row. So great job, Tony. Love you, buddy. And go out, check out other resellers. Shout out to everybody who has followed this channel. Please give a like, share, and subscribe. At this point, I'm just begging you. But thank you for all the new subscribers that continue to pop in as I have laxed in my content. I hope to start doing some stuff where I'm moving, not just sitting here and talking head, but this is my style. I did want to show you some of the finds I have, give you some of the reselling that I am doing right now currently. Well, here is a return I got. As you can see, I'm OCD. Even though I'm messy, I can't stand for there to be part of the box not taped. So it cost me money, but I like it. But this is a pair of Ariat boots that were 12Ds, and I got a return. The gentleman said they didn't fit. He wears an 11.5, and they're way too small. And then he left a negative comment saying, not as described. The pictures weren't as described. That is not true whatsoever. Kind of made me mad. That may be the first one I contact eBay on, because that is horse crap. They're exactly, if they didn't fit, they didn't fit. I'm fine with that. But don't say there's no issue with the pictures or the description. So just say you don't want them. They don't fit. So, sellers are going to do seller things. Buyers are going to do buyer things is what I meant to say. But anyways, we're 24 minutes on, and I need to continue. It's freezing cold. I've got to get this stuff picked up. I've got to get more listing. I've got clothes coming out of my ears. Again, going to try to do a clothing channel. But check me out. Look for me on Whatnot. I'm going to try to promote and do some shows. I need to do a Christmas show, a toy show, probably a glass show, and a clothing show. So be on the lookout. Thank you all to my TikTok followers. It just keeps growing and growing and growing. I see a few of you on here. So thank you all. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Stay positive. Stay picking. And stay rad. Love you. Till next time, get your ducks in a row. That's quacktastic.